So how y'all doing? How's the barbershop doing?
Oh, barbershop's doing good.
That's good. You know,
you get your firewood all cut and...
Yeah, pretty much. You know, everybody in town's about quit talking about that boy you scalped the side of one side of his head.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. I told him 3 times not to move. That's my blind eye anyway. He shouldn't have been on that side.
I'd like for you to line up on mine with that good eye if you don't mind.
Oh, I will. I'll do you some good there. How's your grandkids doing?
Oh, they're doing good. They're all here tonight. I tell you, they was over the other night, and they like to hear bedtime stories.
Yeah?
But I can't keep their attention no more.
Really?
Yeah, it just seems like every time I try to start a story, they pretty much tell me the ending, and then they start running around the room. So I don't really know exactly what to do about that.
You know what's wrong?
What's that?
You're telling them the same old stories, the same way we heard them. And these kids nowadays, you got to tell them bedtime stories backwards.
Oh, backwards?
Yeah, you tell them backwards and they'll pay attention, and then before you know it, they'll be asleep.
Is that true?
Yep. I'll tell you the story of Cinderella backwards, and then you can tell it to your kids.
All right.
All right. Once upon a time in a corn country, there lived a beautiful girl, and her name was Rindercella. Now, Rindercella lived with her mugly other and 2 sad blisters. Now, also in this corn country, there lived a very pransome hench.
A pransome hench?
Yeah, pransome hench. Now, the pransome hench was going to throw a fancy fall, and so he invited all the people from Riles and Mound, especially the pitch people.
Ooh.
Now, Rindercella's mugly other and 2 sad blisters, they went out and got them some drancy fresses, you know, to wear this fancy fall.
Well, sure, yeah, I understand.
But you know, Rindercella, she didn't have nothing to wear but some old riddy dags.
Riddy dags?
Yeah, riddy dags. Now, it came time for the fancy fall, and Rindercella couldn't go, and so she just cat down and scried.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah. And she was kidding her scrying when all at once appeared before her Gary godmother.
Really?
And he touched her with his wagic mand, and there appeared before her a sigboach and Hicks white sources to take her to the fancy ball.
Well.
Yeah. Now, she told her, said, now, Rindercella, you must be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin.
Midnight?
Midnight, yeah.
Midnight?
Yeah, so Rindercella, she went to the fancy fall, and the pransome hench met her at the door, because he'd been watching her behind a wooden window. Yeah. Now, they danced all night, and they lell and fub.
They lell and fub?
Yeah, yeah. And when the mid-clock struck night,
yeah,
Rindercella, she staced down the rares, and just as she beats the rodham, she slopped her dripper.
No, she slopped her dripper?
She slopped her dripper, yes.
Man.
Now, the next day, the pransome hench, he searched all over the corn country for this beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper.
I'll bet he did.
Yeah, and he finally came to Rindercella's house.
Yes.
And he tried it on her mugly other, and it fit and did. And he tried it on her 2 siggly usters, and it fit and did. And then he tried it on Rindercella, and it fit did. Yeah, and it was exactly the sight rise.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they were married and lived happily ever afterwards.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, the story of the Maury is this. If you ever go to a fancy fall and want to lull and fub with a pransome hench, don't forget to slop your dripper.